Alright, this is my final video in my 6-part series entitled A Guide to Switching to Linux Ubuntu Edition. And in this video, I'm going over removing Windows from a dual boot with Ubuntu. Now, if you want to know how to remove Ubuntu from a dual boot with Windows, I've already made a couple videos about that. One for people with UEFI BIOSes, and another one for people with legacy BIOSes, and I'll link those up in the card. But now let's say you've decided that you no longer need Windows. Say you either didn't have any Windows exclusive apps to begin with, you found alternatives for these apps, or you're able to run these in a virtual machine. In either case, let's get right into it. Alright, so now we want to get our Ubuntu install media plugged in. Alright, now once we got that in, we're going to go reboot the system, and then you're going to go hit your boot menu key once the post screen pops up, and now you're going to boot from your Ubuntu install media. And hit Ubuntu. And we can skip past this disk check by hitting Control-C. Alright, now once you're at this screen, you're going to click Try Ubuntu. And then that should bring you into a Ubuntu desktop running off your Ubuntu installation media. Alright, now once you're on the Ubuntu desktop, you're going to go to Show Applications, then go to Gparted. Alright, now once we're in here, you're going to see your partition layout. So now you're going to delete your Microsoft reserved partition. Just hit that little nose symbol, the delete button, and then you're going to go to the basic data partition, you know, the one formatted as NTFS, then click delete. And now you're going to go to your ext4 formatted partition, then click resize/move, you know, that little arrow, and then you're basically going to make this fill up the whole space. Basically, you're going to take this and drag this all the way to the left, or drag this all the way to the right if your partition is at the beginning of the space. But anyway, once you're done with that, you're going to click resize/move, and then just ignore this warning about moving partitions might cause your operating system to fail to boot. It should still boot up, don't worry, but it is a good idea to have a data backup before you do this anyway, just saying. But anyway, now if you did this right, your Ubuntu partition should now fill up the vast majority of your drive, including the space that was previously taken up by Windows. Now, by the way, if you have an EFI system partition, which you will have if you have a UEFI BIOS, but you won't have it if you have a legacy BIOS, absolutely do not delete that, because if you do, it will cause your system to fail to boot, if you're wondering why I'm not deleting the EFI system partition. But anyway, once you're done with all that, you can hit this little check mark or the Apply All Operations button, and then click Apply. And then it'll go delete your Windows partition and then expand your Ubuntu partition to fill up the now unallocated space. Now this will take a while, so I'll speed this up. Alright, now once it says completed, you're going to click close, and then it's going to go rescan your drive, and then you should see your new partition layout configured with Ubuntu taking up the vast majority of the space. Now, if you ever have it where you have your Ubuntu partition within a partition, if you know what I mean, which I have had before, you're basically going to expand the root or the top level partition, whatever you call it, if you know what I mean, to take up the space that your Windows partition, or partitions, I should say, used to take up, and then you can go expand your Ubuntu subpartition, if you know what I mean. But anyway, now we're done most of the work. So now what we're going to do is click power off, then reboot into our main Ubuntu installation. Alright, now you're still going to see Windows on your Grub menu. That's totally normal. We just need to edit our Grub menu so that way it no longer includes this. So now we're going to boot into Ubuntu. We're going to log back in real quick. Alright, so now what we're going to do is go into the Ubuntu software application and search for Grub Customizer. Wait for that to show up right there. Click on that, then click install. Punch in our password, and then it'll go install Grub Customizer real quick. Alright, now we can close out of this and then go to our show applications. Grub Customizer is right there. We can click on that, punch in our password. Alright, now we're going to find our Windows entry. Click on that, then click remove. Now we can click save, and then it'll go update your Grub configuration real quick, and then let's just confirm that Windows was removed. Yes, it was. We can close out of this. And now let's reboot just to make sure that it all worked. Yep, it's no longer showing up on our Grub menu. I don't know why the Grub menu is still showing up, but anyway, we can boot into Ubuntu. And that's how to remove Windows from a dual boot with Ubuntu. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, found it was helpful, hit the like button, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment.